That means football. And then ours are over here. Good evening, football fans. It's Friday night, and that means only one thing here in Northwest Ohio. That means football, football, football tonight on NCTV 5. It's the visiting Liberty Center Tigers bumping heads with the host Evergreen Vikings. Both teams coming in at 2-0. And Evergreen putting up some big numbers this year so far, Jim. In the first week, they put the pasting on Holgate, 54-22. And last week, they continued their big offensive ways, smearing Delta 46-8. Two big keys for Evergreen is they've got this sophomore sensation at quarterback, Dan Stong, 165-pound, 6-footer. Thrown for 6 touchdown passes already in these first 2 games. And the other one is Terry McIntosh, only 5'8", 160 pounds, but true tough running back, quick, has all the moves, he's got some power, and he's the only back in the last 2 years to rush for 100 yards against Liberty Center, and he's done it twice. Evergreen likes to throw the football. Their 2 top receivers will be number 17, Ian Lenke, and the other wideout will be Josh Lemon, who moved into Evergreen this year from Swanton. Also, Evergreen will also use 6'3", 205 pounds, Matt Mossing, a senior tight end who caught 9 touchdown passes last year alone. But you know, the strength of the Evergreen team is not in their offense, but it's in their defense. They returned 7 starters. So coming in at 2-0 each, this could be a real key Northwest Ohio Athletic League game. Set for the kickoff, Spangler, high end over end, coming down at about the 13-yard line. Return to the left, has a little bit of a seam, breaks one, and there he goes. He's at the 50, the 40, that's McIntosh, the 30, 20, 10, 5, and Evergreen takes the lead. A beautiful blocking scheme there. No really a break at all. You went right up the middle.
Oh, yeah, Spike, and with 11 seconds off the clock in the first quarter, Evergreen Vikings has got a real mood lift here. Surprised the Tigers. I don't know who has safety responsibilities on that particular play, but true enough, the Tigers were up kind of as you would call the line of scrimmage, and a quick 6 for the Vikings, so they're rocking at this point.
Well, Liberty Center has won the last 12 games in a row. They hold a 20-10 edge in the Lifetime Season Series, but at this point, that really doesn't mean much. Evergreen will attempt the point after touchdown kick. With only 11 seconds gone, they lead 6-0. Kick is up, and it is good. So Evergreen perhaps has awakened the Liberty Center Tigers. Liberty now down 7-0. And Jim, certainly that's not the way you want to start a game.
Oh, it's not, but this is a good test for the Tigers here tonight. They're going to see a passing attack, and quite frankly, Evergreen's going to run up against a pretty tough defensive line. We've said all along that the Tigers' strengths lie in their line play, both offensively and defensively. So I look for a good struggle, but a good ball game, and Evergreen shows up right to kickoff and says, hey, we mean business, and it's going to be a good NWOAL football game right here, Spike.
Well, you know, you like to start a game out. It's not so bad to start out on defense. You get to put a few licks on them and hope they make a mistake. But now Liberty Center finds themselves down by a touchdown, and they take the football, and now all of a sudden you have to think about, well, if we make a mistake here, you know, we're looking at maybe being in a big hole. So the Tigers, they're going to have to come to the front right here and now.
Yeah, and keep in mind a passing attack can score points quick. You know, just one slight mistake and there could be points on the board. So we'll hope Liberty Center Tigers will pass tonight. We haven't seen much of that at all this season.
Short end over end kick. Parasini comes up and takes it on about the 40. He breaks to the middle, now breaks outside. He's got a block. You got one man to beat McIntosh, a straight arm, and he's down inside the 45, down to the 42-yard line. Well, I don't know which way it's going to go because Parasini stuck out a straight arm and McIntosh was grabbing for him. I don't know which way that call will go, Jim.
Good field position no matter what happens, but the signal is a face mask, and it's going to be against Evergreen, so tack on some more yards there. I don't think it was flagrant. It just boys doing all they can to effect a tackle and keep advancing the ball. So Tigers are going to start this initial possession off just beautiful field position, Spike.
Well, and it should be noted the Tiger front seven up there held out the Vikings, and that allowed Parasini to pick a nice seam going from the Tiger side toward the Evergreen side. Return of about 35 yards.
25-yard line.
Now the give to Collins. Collins breaks ahead off the right side. Gain of about 3 on the play to bring up 2nd down and 7.
For the first series, Spikes, there were some real pads popping there. So, you know, this is the 3rd game of the season. All the jitters are behind everybody, and now they're ready to play football. And teams are not to make mistakes. This is serious business now at this point of the season.
Tigers lining up with that 2 tight end set. Wing back on the right. Give straight ahead to Collins again. And that went nowhere. Loss of maybe a yard on the play. That'll bring up 3rd down and 8. Good push there by the Evergreen defensive front.
Yep. You know, Spike, sooner or later running into a good football team, it's going to come to pass because I don't care how good your running attack is or your blocking up front. Eventually, there's just too many people to put up there in the line of scrimmage. So we've got to be able to pass that ball.
Liberty has a definite advantage, weight advantage on that with their offensive line versus Evergreen's, but Evergreen's is quick. And there's a flag on the play, and Liberty.
Tigers on the right side.
Yep, I believe it was the defensive end over here who jumped. That will make it 3rd down and about 13.
Yeah, that's an inopportune penalty at this point.
Yeah, we're down there in the red zone, but one thing about it, you're in 4 down territory, so still plenty of time for Liberty Center. Ball resting on their own 29-yard line. 10:27 here remaining in quarter number 1. Liberty Center trails Evergreen on an 87-yard kickoff return from number 25, McIntosh of Evergreen. Tigers now with the wideouts to either side. Back to throw, Shaddy has a receiver open. Just out of his reach. Intended receiver over there on the left sidelines was Matt McClure, just out of his reach as he dove. And the Tigers now with a 4th and 13. Ball on their own 29-yard line. McClure wide out left. Here is the give straight ahead to Collins. Gain of about 4 on the play. And Evergreen holds Liberty Center. That'll be a big emotional boost for the Vikings. They take over on their own 25-yard line. Go over some of our sponsors who have made these broadcasts possible this year. We've got Liberty Enterprises with Terry and Mary Lou Bowers, Miller Brothers Trucking with Skip Miller, KK Collision, Kyle Kern, Swanton Welding with Norm Zeider, and the Henry County Bank. Evergreen with 2 wideouts to the left, single back in the backfield. Here is the pitch to McIntosh. He's looking for running room around the right side and bulldozed under, maybe a yard gain on the play. Jim, good pursuit.
Right. Good lateral movement there by the Tigers.
Well, that
35 in on a lot of the play there. Troy Westhoven was, Troy Westhoven filling quickly.
From his linebacker spot.
Yep.
Well, the Tigers' defense will really be pushed with that secondary, all new players this year.
Yep.
They will be tested.
So So the Tiger defensive line, if they can make the penetration and put pressure on the quarterback, is going to keep it interesting, very interesting.
2 wide outs to the left, drops back to throw, has a receiver over there, caught and bolted down.
27.
Number 27, Silvas. Silvas put a picture book tackle on him.
Yeah. What was nice to see, too, was a great penetration by the Tiger defensive front. That quarterback has put up some real statistics in the first 2 games, but I dare say he hasn't seen the kind of line that Liberty Center is putting at him now, so he better get used to throwing the ball with heavy pressure, Spike.
Okay, we've got Joe Keller, corner over on the left defensive side, and Silvas, corner on the right. Parasini, the man in the middle with 3 linebackers. Drops back, straight drop, looks, throws upfield, and caught by number 17, Lenke. Gain of about 9 on the play. It'll bring up give Evergreen a first down up on their own 30, we're going to call it 38-yard line.
Yeah, that was number 86, Keller, on the stop from his safety position. But, boy, that was a sharply run pattern, and that quarterback delivered the ball right on target.
Yeah, 3 Tiger defenders all there in the area, but he laid the ball right on the money. Now Evergreen with 2 wide outs to the left. 2 in the backfield. Here's the give going the other way. Breaks 1 tackle, but snowed under a host of Tigers at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Nathan Cordes was first to slow him up there in the backfield.
Yeah, Cordes from his defensive end spot. Evergreen still showing that same formation. 2 wide outs to the left. Back to throw, setting up a screen, and he's going to be smeared under.
2 and 30.
Yep, Spangler and Cordes. Jim, it looked like Evergreen wanted to set up a screen, but someplace up there along the line of scrimmage, everything got bottled up, and that's a huge loss.
I don't know whether screen or not. Maybe that was going to open up, but there was a couple of receivers cut out to the left, and he purposely didn't look at him. I thought maybe he was going to kind of come deep over here on the left side, but it wasn't there. Just pressure. You just got to love it. Go Tigers.
Loss of, we're going to call it 15 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 25. 6:44 to go here in quarter number 1. Here he drops back. He's under pressure, has a man wide open, and a great tackle in the open field by Brett Silvas again. Maybe 4 yards on the play, but Jim, that makes all the difference in the world when the defensive backfield come up and can play their men one-on-one and make the big open field tackle. That just helps the defense so much.
Oh, yes, and the pressure, again, from the line, that quarterback doesn't have time to let those patterns fully mature. He's got to let go of that ball, and it's just an all-out total effort by the Tiger defense that got him stopped here.
Back deep for Liberty Center, Parasini, number 7. High kick, Parasini there. Signals for the fair catch. Ball comes down at about the 36-yard line where the Tigers will take over. 5:57 here in quarter number 1, bringing you this broadcast from our vantage point of about the 25-yard line here in Evergreen, broadcast on NCTV 5.
Already we can see that Evergreen comes into this game offensively with a really wide open look at things. They're tried several different passing formations, and some of it successfully.
Well, they've thrown downfield, and it's worked as long as they have the time. Of course, the key for Liberty is the big pass rush. Shaddy back, rolling to his left. Now, of course, he doesn't have the ball. Nobody can ever follow it.
Still scrambling for it.
Cordes, yeah, number 30, from his wingback slot. Took the handoff. A little, if no gain, maybe a yard on the play. 2nd down and 9. A couple more of our sponsors. Davis Farm Services with Karen Davis. B.A. Miller & Sons Trucking with Norma Miller. The Mid-Am Bank. Holgate Metal Fab with Jeff Spangler. and L.R. Babcock Plumbing and Heating with Bill Tiplady and Dan Brown. Tigers now the two tight ends set. Give to Collins around the left side. He breaks a tackle. Breaks another one and carries two more. Vikings down to the 49-yard line. And that should be good for first down yardage. Jim, the Tigers aren't going to worry about throwing the football too much here, at least in the early going. They're just going to do what they've always done. They're going to pound it right at them.
Yeah, and they want to establish control of the line of scrimmage. And in the previous two games, that's happened pretty early. And once the Tigers got that control, they kept it and even accentuated it.
Yeah, they've just got to keep pounding away and wearing down the Evergreen Vikings. Tigers in that two tight end set. Wing left. Movement.
On the right
yep.
side.
Yeah, tight end on the right jumped again for Liberty Center. That's the second procedure penalty. That will make it a 1st and 15 on Liberty's own 43-yard line. While they walk it off, we also have the dugout with Steve and Catherine Parasini. They specialize with soft serve ice cream and sandwiches. Pisanello's Pizza, Craig and Sherry Myers. And they with the buffet from 11 to 2 Monday through Saturday and Sunday through Thursday 4 to 8. Only $4.95, great bargain. Tigers now, and for the third time.
It's Ryan Strayer that time.
Tigers now with a 1st and 20.
That's a lot of penalties in the first quarter, and that can stall out an offense almost quicker than anything. So you got to get on the same page there in the huddle and hold their discipline until it's time to go.
Keller in at tight end on the right side for Liberty. Shaddy under center. Give to Silvas. Silvas was the first back through. And he picks up about, we'll call it 7 of those 20 yards. It should be about 2nd down and 13. Well, Jim, that's at least reachable. I mean, that's reasonable on the first down after facing a 20-yard deficit here to make up. 3:45 and clock running here in quarter number 1. Evergreen leads Liberty Center 7-0 on that huge opening game kickoff return for a touchdown. Cordes in the wing right. Here's give off the left side to Silvas. Silvas dives forward for about 3 maybe, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 10. Well, Tigers at midfield are always a threat to go for it on 3rd or 4th down. On 4th down. Kind of a big play here. The Tigers need to get into a position to where they can use that 4th down strategy that Lindgren loves so well. We've got Cordes now split out wide to the right, and I assume it's McClure split out wide to the left. Tigers with 2 in the backfield. Shaddy back to throw. He's got McClure deep. He's there, and a little bit of contact. McClure seemed to be tripped up. He went down. The pass falls incomplete, and that will be 4th down and about 11 to go.
Spike, on that route, it looks like McClure in contact did stumble a little bit, or else he sort of held up, not knowing that his quarterback could throw it that far. We really haven't seen much passing, particularly out of Shaddy this season. So here we go, 4th down, and it looks like a kick at this stage on the field for the Tigers.
Well, that's the thing. It always appears that it's going to be a kick. Shaddy, the punter. Here's the snap. Shaddy takes his time. Now puts a foot to it, shanks it. It's going to roll. It'll take a small Liberty roll here. Gets down inside the 30. Punt picked up about 22 yards, and it'll be Evergreen's ball on their own 29-yard line. 2:40 to go here in quarter number 1. Well, Jim, it's like you said. That time the 2 penalties early just killed Liberty Center.
That stalled out their drive. That just had them walking backwards, and they started with a 1st and 20.
Evergreen set here on the short side to the left. They've got a wide out to either side. 2 in the backfield, tight end on the right. Here's the give to McIntosh. He goes nowhere. Nowhere at all. Perhaps a loss of about a half a yard on the play. Let's see.
Jesse Miller on a good hit there, along with many others on the left side.
Yeah, over there is the tackle over there is Schwab. Miller in on that hit. And Cordes, the defensive end on that Tiger defensive left side. Here's a quick flip out over on the sideline. He breaks a tackle and has first down yardage up around the 40-yard line. Good piece of maneuverability there by the Vikings. That was number 17, Lenke.
Spike, I'm impressed with this Evergreen quarterback. He can deliver that ball in a hurry, and of course that was a set play, but it didn't take that ball long to get out there in the flat.
Well, and that's the thing these defensive backs are faced with. If they crowd him up at the line of scrimmage, of course they're always worried about getting beat deep. And that time he made a good move after the catch, broke a tackle, and got the first down. Here's the deep pitch coming this way to McIntosh. Slowed up there, and another broken tackle, and McIntosh down the sideline, and he's knocked out of bounds, I believe by Troy Westhoven, but not before a gain of about 17 yards on the play.
A couple Tigers had a legitimate shot at him, but just kind of missed him, so that back shows some speed and some slipperiness as he's coming around the left sideline there. Big gainer, moves the sticks, momentum with the Vikings.
Well, you know, he's not very tall, and he swivels those shoulders pretty well, and he made the first Tiger diving through there miss, and he just simply used good footwork down inside the 50 to the Liberty Center 45-yard line. 1:33 to go, and the Tigers will have a few things to answer here. That defense is looking to stiffen up. Two wide outs to either side, straight drop back. Same play over there, and he's smoked.
That's better.
That time there was no miss. It was Nick Parasini coming up from his quarterback spot to lay a lick on the receiver, Lenke. No gain on the play.
That was good adjustment there. They've seen that pass a couple times, and they were looking for it. And so you make the hit, make the hard effort, and get help, and that's what happened.
Well, and I believe Parasini played it right. He wasn't there just on as soon as the quarterback made a look to that side. He waited until the pass was in the air, and that way, he wouldn't overplay that and actually get burnt on a little hitch route and get burnt deep.
Perko changing sides with Spangler.
Split in the backfield. Now it's the option pitch to. Oh, they're going to call a late hit. Oh, my. That was cheap.
That was a nice play by 59, Jesse Miller.
Jesse Miller ran him down on that option play. Maybe only about a 2-yard gain, but they're going to catch another Tiger for a late hit. And you know what's too bad, Jim, is perhaps the whistle blown just as he was getting there, but he didn't spear him or anything. He just.
No, you're going to have that with an aggressive defense, but say if you ring up the penalty yards the Tigers are looking at this first quarter, this is not indicative of a Tiger team, especially the third week of the season, and that hurts. They've got to clean them up. They've got to not have them walk that ball off so hard against the Tigers.
Now with Evergreen with a golden opportunity. Ball resting on the Liberty Center 29-yard line. 1st and 10 with 24 seconds to go. Back to throw. He's got a man out there. It's up, and it's caught. Lenke down the sideline. It's another Evergreen touchdown. Jim, it's 13-0, and the Tigers have got a ball game on their hands now.
Oh, they do, and I tell you, the Tiger secondary really hasn't been tested by an excellent passing attack. And as we talk about this vaunted Tiger pass rush, even with that, the secondary's got a cover out there. It looked as though there was plenty of time to have some reaction to that ball, but I don't know. This is Tigers are getting their baptism here on defense tonight, but the offense has got to get clicking. They find themselves down 13-0.
Evergreen appears to be going for the 1-point conversion here. Kick is up and somehow finds its way through, and Evergreen, for the first time in over a dozen years, leads Liberty Center 14-0.
You know, so often teams will feel they're outmatched or maybe don't have the rankings or the statistical advantage, and you give those guys a little edge, you can get them some points early, and all of a sudden they say, hey, we can play with this Tiger team, last year's state runners-up. So as you say, this is going to be a ball game, Spike, and the Tigers have got to not make mistakes, get away from those penalties, and then just calmly execute and move that ball downfield. And they can do it. We believe they will do it, but they're starting out in a hole.
15 seconds to go here in quarter number 1 on NCTV 5. We've got for our parents as helping out with the sponsorship, so we've got Rick Ronda and Brittany Miller for their son and brother, Jesse Miller. Jim, that Tiger bencher, that Tiger sideline coming alive over there, trying to give their Tigers a boost. Now Evergreen on this side trying to fire back. We've also got the Grand Exalted Order of the Porch coaches. And also Bob and Julie Shaddy for their son Rob. And the kickoff, a low line drive, taken over there short. Fair catch called by, I believe,
58.
Number 58, Neil Carter. An alert job there, Jim. He had nothing to gain by trying to return that except probably a fumble and a busted lip to boot.
Yeah. Well, we're talking good field position. So here we are, the Tigers, another possession here, and they've got to not think about the scoreboard, just go out and do what we've seen the Tigers do.
Tigers coming out. They've got Miller at one guard, Moeller at the other, Linger in the center, Shaddy under center, tight end Spangler on the left, and Cordes in motion now to the left from his wingback spot. Here is the give straight ahead to, I believe, Silvas. Silvas battles ahead for, we're going to call it 4 yards.
That's the quarter.
That'll be the end of quarter number 1. Liberty Center with a 2nd down and 6 on their own 46-yard line. And Evergreen, surprisingly enough, leads Liberty Center 14-0. The Thursday night chapter of those Porch coaches, we have Rick Miller, Mike Mann, Bob Shaddy, Dan Brown, Jim Wise, Chris Zacharias, Jeff Spangler, Tom Overmeyer, and Dave Silvas. A fine job these young men for the furtherment and the betterment of Liberty Center football. We also have Bill and Deb Wesche, Tom and Cindy Overmeyer for their son Scott, Mike and Diane Keller for their son Joe, John and Deb McClure for their son Matt, Rex and Kay Lindgren for their son Blake, Bob and Ruth Ann Cordes for their son Nathan. We have Dave and Deb Silvas for their son Brett, and we have Dave, Nanette, and then Abby and Andrew Schwab for their son and brother Matt. Well, Jim,
yeah.
Evergreen, started out, and they're not using the deep drop back because I think Liberty's pass rush will smother them, but instead the quick 3-step drop and get rid of it, and the receivers have been able to do something with it after they've caught it.
No question, this is a name brand quarterback the Vikings have got.
Now in motion, Westoven from the wingback spot. He takes the pitch. He goes straight ahead around that right side, getting turned upfield. He picks up about 2 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down, and we're going to call it, well, let's wait for the spot of the ball. It appeared that he got across the 45, but they're going to spot it right on the 45, gain of a yard. It'll be 3rd and, 3rd and about 6 on the 45-yard line.
I go back to our passing game. If they're going to play us that tight, we've got to find a quick out, Spike.
Well, plenty of options there. Wing back to the left, 2 tight ends set. Here is the fake. Shaddy back to throw. He's got a receiver out there, but he's well covered. Evergreen in great pass coverage.
Yeah.
The Tiger wideout over there, actually the tight end, number 26, I believe that is, Strayer. Yeah, he was complaining of getting bumped, but from here it looked pretty clean.
Yeah.
Tigers now 4th down and 6 at their own 45-yard line, trailing 14-0, Jim. perhaps the Tigers can't afford to, of course, sometimes the best gambles are the ones that are least expected. Shaddy back in punt formation. His kick, high end over end kick, or spiraling kick. Fair catch called for. Nice kick by Shaddy. Well, punt actually.
Yeah.
Punt down around the 20-yard line. 35-yard punt in the air with a fair catch.
Spike, if you figure in the penalties against the Tigers when they were on offense, Tiger offense really hasn't amounted to much at all. So Evergreen with a 14-0 lead with a minute gone in the second quarter against the Tigers.
Well, Liberty Center now has to think of just simply holding off Evergreen. Trailing by 2 touchdowns this early is not a killer, but they've got to somehow get into the second half. Here's a quick pitch outside, and the Tigers follow that up pretty well. Maybe a gain of about 3 on the play. Getting out there, several Tigers with their good pursuit. Moeller, one of those. 11 minutes to go and clock running. Jim, the Tigers, I think, can wear down this smaller Evergreen line on both sides of the ball, but they still have to be in a position to win the game later on.
Yep, and they've got to guard against a big play, which a big play quarterback can give them.
Well, Evergreen continuing to spread Liberty Center. They've got 2 wide outs to the wide side of the field, tight end over on the right. 2 in the backfield, dropping straight back. Quick flip out to McIntosh, and he's brought down over there. Schwab. Yeah, Schwab did a nice job getting out there from his tackle position to make the hit on a smaller and obviously quicker McIntosh. Tigers face now on defense with a 3rd and 4.
Oh, this be a good place for a stopper.
Evergreen bringing out a single receiver wide to the wide side of the field. Lenke, tight end over on that left side. Look for maybe a little tight end over the middle here. Back to throw. Now he goes the other way, and it's tipped and falls harmlessly to the turf, incomplete. And the Tigers defense, at least right now, Jim, appears to have held.
Yeah, and I think the Tiger defensive secondary is beginning to get a little more nerve as they go to cover those receivers. You know, that would be pretty scary. If you haven't seen a lot of passing against you, then what do you do? You know, how close do you cover them? And Viking quarterback and receivers kind of burned the Tigers a few times here tonight, but Parasini was just a step away from intercepting that ball.
Parasini, the lone back. That kick sails, hits, and then goes out of bounds, and Liberty Center again with some pretty decent field position. They'll have the ball in their own 44. 9.5 minutes to go here at Evergreen High School. Evergreen, if you're just tuning in, believe it or not, leads Liberty Center 14-0. First score coming on an 87-yard kickoff return to open the game. And then Evergreen, aided by some Tiger penalties, moved the ball 60 yards and then scored on a 21-yard pass play to Lenke. Tigers now with Cordes over here on the left. Goes in motion right, 2 tight end set. Gives straight ahead to Collins, and nothing there. The Tiger offensive line not getting that push they were getting for the last 2 weeks, and Collins had no running room whatsoever.
I think the Tiger Lions are finding themselves in a real battle. These Evergreen boys are fired up. Remains to be seen whether they can sustain that, but this is a good test of football here for the Tigers. Shaddy at quarterback. I think we're going to see some more passes. They're just geared to stop the run, and they're saying if you're going to beat us, you're going to have to pass the ball.
Tigers now with Cordes over in a wing right. Still that same 2 tight end set. Here is the give to Collins. Collins ahead for maybe 3 more. You know, Jim, obviously the Tigers came in here with their name and with their prestige and with all their accolades. We're the favored team. But when you let the underdog hang around for a while and you let him think he can win,
He gets tougher.
Oh, yeah, he gets tougher as time goes. I think it's paramount for Liberty Center that they score in this half. Take some of that steam out of the Vikings' sails. 8 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Liberty Center with a 3rd and 7. Here is the give to Collins off that right side. He's going to go forward across the 50. Gain of about, we're going to call it 3 on the play, but Liberty Center faced with a 4th and 4. Boy, Jim, now you're really in the Tigers' look at things. You really have to think about rolling the dice. Do the Tigers give up 30 or 35 yards of field position, leaving themselves pretty vulnerable from midfield?
Yeah.
Or do they go for it here?
I think they kick it because it would be disastrous to try something and put Evergreen that close to Tigers' goal line.
Gives straight ahead to Silvas. He breaks a tackle. He's at the 30, at the 20, and finally knocked down there. Boy, Jim, they really rolled the dice.
Yeah, they did.
The snap went to the up back, Silvas. He busted through the line of scrimmage,
Yeah.
gained from the 50 all the way down to the, we're going to call it the 20 or 21-yard line.
That's the Tigers' best play from the line of scrimmage tonight, and I love being wrong, Spike. I'll be wrong just any time if we can do that.
Well, there again, Jim, it was probably one of the dumbest calls that Lingard will ever make is a play like that. But those are the kind that work, and that's why you have to give him your credit. Here is the give straight ahead to Silvas again. Now maybe the Tigers will have that little bit of push they need now, that little extra incentive. Good firing out by the offensive line there. Solid gain of about 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
No question, at this point in the field, whatever it takes, they've got to do, and they've got to be able to move that ball inside. Timeout called for, so they're talking it over. This is key. This is a drive that has real impact in this game.
Well, another robust Evergreen Rooter if you happen to pick him up in all his effervescence. Clock stop now, 6:55. Timeout on the field. While we've got a chance, I'd like to maybe run through our sponsors here quick. The Dugout with Stephen Catherine Parasini with their ice cream and assorted sandwiches. Pisanello's Pizza, their specialty, the $4.95 buffet, serving from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Saturday, and on Sunday through Thursday from 4 to 8 p.m. We also have Speece Trailer Court, Dave's Auto Service with Dave Perry, and Dave's Running Shop in Delta. All right, now we've got the yard line straight. Ball is on the 17-yard line. Liberty with a 2nd down and 7. 6:55 to go. They trail 14-0. Here is the give to Westoven. Westoven from his wingback slot.
Yep, Troy Westover.
He bursts forward. He's going to be very close to 1st down yardage. Tigers with another good push. We're going to give him a solid 4 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down, 5 yards on the play. We'll bring up a 3rd down and 2 on the 12-yard line. 6.5 to go. Time not a factor, but for the Liberty Center Tiger Fortunes, they need a score here in the worst way. 3rd and 2 on the 12. Tight end set. Here is the give to Silvas. Silvas hit at the line of scrimmage. Popped and bent backwards, kept on driving, and he's going to be very, very close. According to the markers on the sideline, he's going to be 4th and less than a yard.
Well, it's a big one, Spike. This is a big one. And it looks like the Evergreen line is pretty much held their own here. So I don't know. What call would you make?
Well, you know, in the past, we had Ryan Zeider, fullback extraordinaire. You know, he had some speed, could pick him up and go, and you could do a lot of things. But now with this new Tiger team, now in the backfield, they've got Westoven, number 35, on the left. Silvas, number 27, on the right. Here is the deep pitch to Westoven. He cuts forward, and that's a 1st down. Nice job by Westhoven, Jim.
Yeah.
He started out on the right following Silvas, and then when he cut it up, he went low, kept driving, and just literally propelled himself into first down yardage.
Yep, he needed to get to the sticks. The touchdown goal line not far away, but he needed to move those sticks, and he did. So the Tigers with a fresh set of downs, and they're on the 7-yard line.
5:10 to go here on NCTV 5. Liberty trailing 14-0. 2 wideouts to the right. New set for Liberty Center. Here's the give coming the other way to Silvis. He's got positive yardage, maybe a couple. It should be second and goal, and we're going to guess from our distance here. It's on about the 5-yard line. Well, Jim, and you set there for Liberty Center. They showed the 2 wideouts to the right, but actually come back with the outside power to the left.
Well, at this game so far, we're not comfortable with the pass. We just haven't seen it. They would rather run it, but a touchdown we need.
Now the Tigers back to their 2 tight end set. Westhoven and Silvis in the backfield. Cordes, the wingback on the left. Here is the give to Silvis. He looks for running room down inside the 5 to the 4, maybe to the 3. Following a block of the tight end on that side.
They're down to the 2.
I believe Spangler and also Westhoven. 3rd and goal on the 2-yard line. 4 minutes to go. Jim, this is big for Liberty Center. A lot rides on this drive. Maybe, Jim, a lot more than we realize for the Tiger Fortunes for the whole rest of the season. Tight end on the left, Spangler. Tigers with 3 in the backfield. Here is the give to Silvis, and he's in for the touchdown! Boy, that was big, Jim! The Tigers came through.
Well, that was hard fought and really earned there at the last. That last series was line get down, dig, and backs move it forward, and exactly that they did. They gambled on that 4th down and a half mile to go, turned that into a momentum builder, and succeeded in putting it in the end zone. 14-6. Tigers looking better.
Now, obviously, big key here is this extra point. Tigers struggled a little bit last week. We'll see if maybe they didn't sharpen up a little. Jim, there again, we go back to that fake punt. Probably another dumb call by Lindgren that worked. Here's the snap. The kick is up, and it is perfect. Right down by the flagpole. And the Tigers come up with the big one. They get back to within 14-7. 3:38 here in quarter number 2 on NCTV 5. Some of our other sponsors, we've got Davis Farm Services, Karen Davis there, B.A. Miller & Sons Trucking with Norma Miller, the Mid-Am Bank in Liberty Center, Holgate Metal Fab, Jeff Spangler, L.R. Babcock Plumbing and Heating with Bill Tiplady and Danny Brown. We've also got Liberty Enterprises with Terry and Mary Lou Bowers, Miller Brothers Trucking in Napoleon, operated by Skip Miller, KK Collision with Kyle Kern, Swanton Welding, operated by Norm Zeider, and the Henry County Bank with 6 Henry County locations to serve you. Some of our individual game parent sponsors, we have Rick, Rhonda, and Brittany Miller for their son and brother Jesse. We have Bob and Julie Shaddy for their son Rob. We have Bill and Deb Wesche. We have Tom and Cindy Overmeyer for their son Scott. Mike and Diane Keller for their son Joe. John and Deb McClure for their son Matt. Rex and Kay Lindgren for their son Blake. Bob and Ruth Ann Cordes for Nathan. And here's the kick. Low line drive, takes a hop. Picked up there at about the 30. Breaks 1 tackle, and the Tigers. There's a fumble. Boy, this could be big. Who's got it?
Tigers. Tigers on the recovery.
Still waiting for the sign.
Oh, we got it.
We got it. That's Liberty Center's football.
Yeah.
Jim, that was huge. There's a case where the up back tried to make a return out of it, and instead of going down right there like the Liberty receiver did over here on this side, Neil Carter, who alertly took the fall, no, they went for it, and now they may pay the price. 3.5 to go.
Oh, yeah, and with the little momentum that the Tigers generated on that last drive, scoring when they needed to, it's looking Tigers now. It would be a good way to end the half here is to put a nice long drive right down their throat.
Here's the give to Westhoven, breaking are on the right side, cuts back to the left, finally dragged down, but not after about a 7-yard gain. A great piece of running by Westoven, starting from his left halfback spot. He went to the right, saw a hole, cut back against the grain and picked up, we're going to call it 8-yard gain. It'll be second and a long 2. We'll try to get the spot of the ball, the 30. It's inside, I believe, the 20-yard line. Tigers with a spread to the right. Shaddy back to throw. He's got a receiver out there. Knocked away at the last second.
Oh.
Pass slightly underthrown. See if we can pick out the number. We're going to guess it to be Strayer, but from here, Strayer out there, the intended receiver. Jimmy had him open, but the Evergreen defender hung in there and tipped it away at the last second. Tigers rolling the dice on second and short yardage. Now the Tigers have third down and a long 2. And it appears that Evergreen's defense calls the timeout. And all the stuff they had going into possibly that second half.
Yeah, and that's precisely what timeouts are for. Now you've got a situation that you don't feel comfortable with. You call a timeout and you talk about it. You can't save them up, so you might as well burn them. And this gives the Tigers to formulate a couple plays. It's 3rd and 2, and they've got 2 shots at moving the sticks, and the clock is 2 minutes and 48 seconds. So I'd say things are looking just exactly the way the Liberty would like to see them at this point, after the way they started off in a hole. So they've got to execute, and no penalties. Just everybody do their job, get that stick moved, and they've got a timeout or 2 if they need it.
Tigers set here. Wing back right. Here's the give straight ahead to Westoven. He's hit. He's stuffed at the line of scrimmage. He battled, though. He stayed on his feet and kept churning, but nowhere to go as a host of Evergreen Vikings were there. Loss of a yard on the play. It'll bring up 4th down and 4. Let's see. Ball on about the 23-yard line of Evergreen.
Timeout, Tigers.
Yeah, probably a good choice. I believe that's Liberty Center's second time out. But faced with a 4th and 4, you've got to come up with some kind of positive yardage.
Yep.
And in the past, a lot of times in this situation, a lot of times Liberty will go with that sweep and then let the runner try to pick out his hole to cut back. But that's what the timeout's for. We shall see. We'll pick up a couple more of our sponsors here. We have Bob and Ruth Ann Cordes for their son Nathan. We've got Dave and Deb Silvas for their son Brett. Also, we have Dave, Nanette, and then Abby and Andrew Schwab for their son and brother Matt. And, of course, last but not least, the Grand Exalted Order of Porch Coaches Thursday night chapter.
This is a big play, Spike.
Okay, Tigers break the huddle. They've got Matt McClure split wide to the right. Also in the slot, they've got the wingback Cordes. 2 backs in the backfield, Westoven and Silvas. Westoven in motion left. And a flag on the play. It sure appeared the Liberty Center jumped in the backfield.
Yeah, looked like movement.
But I believe it doesn't really matter. It's all academic. Tigers never came close to first down yardage. Liberty trying to spread that Evergreen defense. If it was on the offense, the play I thought should have been blown dead right on the spot.
Yeah, I know. That must not have been the call. We don't know what the call exactly was, but Evergreen's got to decline the penalty, so they'll take over with 2 minutes and 15 seconds.
The Vikings dodge a huge, huge bullet there. Their defense dug in and held the Tigers out.
They did.
Well, definitely something new for this Tiger team. With 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go, it appears that they'll go to the locker room trailing. Of course, we still have 2 minutes to go here. We've got to figure out a way to shut that offense down. 2 wideouts to the offensive left side. He's rolling out to that side under pressure and he's sacked in the backfield. Well, from here we'll have to try to figure out who got in there. A lot of pressure from that Tiger defensive left side.
Can't tell. You know, that's huge because Vikings would like to get something going, but pressure, and I look for the Tigers secondary, the defensive secondary, to step up and challenge those receivers for the ball if the quarterback even has time to throw it now, Spike.
Well, you know, we're starting to see some patterns there. Every time on the deep drops and the rollouts, the Tigers' pass rush seems to be doing the job. It's the quick, short drops. Here's a draw play up the middle. That goes nowhere. And that'll bring up third down and about 20 yards to go. 1:22, clock running.
You know, you almost think in terms, what about a timeout? The ball's down there close, and Tigers could bring everybody if they have to punt it. But clock's ticking away, and Tigers picked up some valuable momentum here at the tail end of this first half.
On that draw play, actually a loss of about 4. So that's going to run them back there about 3rd and 20 plus. Clock running with 56 seconds to go. Tigers still with 1 timeout. Now Evergreen, you know, they may choose to run the football to force Liberty to use that last timeout rather than gamble on an incomplete pass. Rolling out to this side, looking downfield. He's got nobody, has to throw it away in the vicinity of a receiver, but well covered by number 21, Jeremy Babcock. Clock stops with 36 seconds to go. And now Liberty Center, Jim, with an opportunity.
Yep. I believe this would be a good time to see if they can block this. I mean, they work on it in practice. They appear to have superiority earlier in the season, so what kind of a block play do they have?
Well, that I'm not sure. Ball appears to be at about the 10-yard line.
I got too many guys in the secondary to go after it. Tigers.
Yeah. Tigers setting up for a return. It got Keller, Babcock, and Parasini back. Here's the long kick taken by Parasini over his head. And now he's going to wisely let it roll, and it's going to go out of bounds at about the 40-yard line.
Yeah, big punt. When Evergreen needed a big punt, they got her. Put a lot of distance between the line of scrimmage and their goal line. So with 24 seconds to go, what will the Tigers do?
Just about a 50-yard punt by the Vikings. Tigers with 60 yards of real estate to cover in 24 seconds. Well, Jim, they appear that they're going to want to throw. They got Parasini split out wide to the right and Matt McClure split out wide to the left. Lone setback is Westoven. Here's Shaddy to air it out. He's got Silvas wide open! And the ball pops loose. Silva's wide open down on the 45-yard line.
I think Brett was counting those yard markers as that pass was coming into his hands. He was open, and he might have scored on that.
Well, there was McClure deeper who had his man. Silvas would have had to put on a move. But sometimes, Jim, those are the toughest catches of them all. When they're right there, they look as big as a balloon.
Yeah.
Tigers trailing 14-7, 18 seconds to go. McClure split wide to the left again. Shaddy back to throw. Throws a little quick pattern over there, incomplete. Yeah. Short of the intended receiver, Parasini. And the clock stops with 13 seconds left. That'll bring up 3rd down and 10. Well, nevertheless, Jim, that's 60 yards to cover, and that may be awfully tough to do, but Tigers are under a little pressure, and they're throwing the football, getting a feel for what it's all about. Tigers' offensive line doing a good job giving Shaddy time to set up back there. McClure split out wide to the left. Parasini split wide to the right. Westoven and Silvas in the backfield.
Pressure.
And just as we bragged on the Tigers' offensive line, Shaddy smoked back there. Huge loss. And the clock will run out here at halftime.
There's a 15-yard loss effected by the Vikings, but everybody knew there was going to be a passing play, and the teams have not cleared the field. They're talking to the coaches, or to the referees are having a meeting. It appears to be on the Vikings on a defense, so the play or the clock cannot expire on a defensive penalty. So Tigers will get one more shot, but likely they'll just take a knee. But what a football game, Spike. I don't think anybody expected this, but Tigers have got to think things over pretty good over halftime and come out with a plan and not make any mistakes. They found themselves down 14-7.
Well, you know, one well-known Napoleon prognosticator picked Evergreen in a close game, and some other well-known prognosticators picked this one to be close, and that's exactly what we're seeing. The obvious difference in the game is that huge kickoff return to put Evergreen up 7-0 in the game's first 11 seconds. And other than that, Liberty Center and Evergreen just duking it out, seemingly play for play, all even. 2 seconds are put back up on the clock. It's fourth down and a whole bunch. Liberty Center, I'm sure, are just going to set on the football here. No, Shaddy back to throw. He lofts it out there for McClure. Oh, my. The pass was behind him. A defender was coming. Jim, that could have been a disaster.
Yeah.
But the Tigers get out of it as they go back to the locker room, but faced with a brand-new situation, something they've only seen once in these last 2 or 3 years of glory. They actually trail at halftime, 14-7. We'll see what these orange and black-clad men are made of now. And set for this big second half here, and just one glance at the scoreboard tells you the whole story. Surprisingly enough, the Vikings leading 14-7. You know, at halftime, you know, you can look at a lot of things Liberty did or didn't do and some things that Evergreen may have surprised Liberty with. But now I think it's all going to come down to emotion. It's all going to come down to maybe what the kids can draw from the halftime head get-together inside there.
Oh, yeah, and it's execution, Spike. They've got to hold their discipline on offense so that they don't get any procedure penalties. That just kills a drive. And then blocking schemes and whatnot, little adjustments that coaches point out, hey, you know, you got beat here, or when a guy does this to you, this is how you react. And so, you know, Tigers got to reach down, regroup, and just go out there and get it done.
Yeah, and you can't say enough about the job that Evergreen did on their with their rush defense. They were able to stunt. They were able to do some confusing things, and they pretty well bottled up Liberty's running game. I mean, they obviously Liberty had some yards rushing, but they certainly didn't break away to anything big. And Evergreen just playing a good, solid football game from this up to this point.
Yep, they've got a lot of nice athletes and a good job of coaching them, and I'm very impressed with their quarterback. Doesn't take him long to get rid of the ball, and he's accurate, and his receivers are comfortable with the patterns and whatnot. But then they've had a lot of passing yards those first 2 games. So that aspect of their offense, they feel probably as comfortable as we do running the ball. But the run is not working for the Tigers tonight without loosening them up with some passing. So we've got to have some passing and, well, just good execution all around from the Tigers this second half. Critical drive to start the second half.
Well, you know, and I think the Tigers' offensive line isn't dominating like maybe they could be. You know, I just think there's a lot there. There's a lot of factors maybe that just aren't on the field itself. But, well, we'll see if we can get them woke up here. Here's the kick. Short line drive and bouncing loose. Picked up over there by Parasini. Breaks something. Now gets into the clear. He's around to the right side and upfield across the 40 and up to the 46-yard line.
That was good running by Parasini. Looked like he was hemmed in early, but kept sliding through there. And as the Vikings closed on him, he looked like, oh, man, he was just a couple steps away from popping that one. So good field position for the Tigers as they begin this second half drive.
Yeah, about a 21-yard return for Parasini. Tigers with Cordes over on the wing on the right. 2 tight end set. Here's the give to Silvas. Off right tackle. And a big hole.
Yeah.
Beautiful burn. He carried a couple of tacklers those last 4 yards. Gain of almost 9 yards on the play.
And we could tell by the way he was going through that line that there was a hole over there. So right side of the Tigers.
Okay, Jim. Got that correct. The Tigers have a 2nd down and 2 after that burst by Silvas. Collins also in the backfield. Cordes wing right, now coming in motion to the left. Here is the give straight ahead. I believe Collins with the football. Tigers offensive line, Jim, appears to be firing out.
Yeah.
Doing a nice job there. Big push. We're going to call that a gain of around 5 yards on the play.
That's a wonderful way to move the sticks. They come right out and say, we're going to run it down your throat, and we're able to do that. So as long as they can move those sticks when necessary, any way to affect the drive is what we want.
Well, they always say the first drive out of the from halftime is always one of the biggest. Tigers moving the chains there. Here is the give straight ahead to Collins. Now there's a fumble recovered by the Tigers. 59, Jesse Miller recovers downfield after a gain of 5. That's going to be about a 9-yard gain, counting the fumble recovery. 8-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 2. I like they stripped him just as soon as he crossed the line of scrimmage. Evergreen smaller, as you can see, but really battling up front. Tigers with the ball on the 34-yard line of Evergreen. Here is the give to Silvas. He spins, stays on his feet long enough, I believe, to pick up 1st down yardage. Gain, we're going to call it 4 yards. Oh, my. Misconception on my part there. They're going to call for a measurement. Officials timeout down on the field. But we've got a little bit tougher angle from this spot. Not really very high.
I'm impressed with the Tiger offensive line play to begin this second half. They're staying down, they're sustaining their blocks, and they're just fired up and doing what we know the Tigers have done in the past, and that does move the sticks, so they've got a fresh set of down.
Inside the 35-yard line, on about, we'll call it the 33. Cordes in motion left. Here's a fake to Collins. Back to throw on 1st down. He's got a man deep, just overthrown. Great call there by the Tigers. They ran some play action. Receiver over there, I could have been the tight end Strayer, number 40, or excuse me, 26.
That's so good after a few running plays that moves the sticks and they begin to crowd that line of scrimmage. That loosens them up because they have to respect that pass.
Now, Strayer had him beat, but the pass just slightly overthrown. Tigers now with a 2nd and 10 on their Evergreen 33-yard line. Here is the give to Silvas, following some great blocks over there. And Liberty Center fumbles the football. After a 7-yard pickup, the ball knocked loose. Evergreen wanted it a little bit more, and they stopped the Tigers after the fumble. They will take over at about their own 27-yard line, we'll call it. Well, there's the 2nd time, Jim, the Tigers knocking on the door and a turnover. First it was the penalties, now 2 very costly turnovers deep into Evergreen's defensive territory have killed Liberty Center. 9:26 to go in quarter number 3. Here's back to throw. It's caught out there by Lenke. Great open field tackle by Silvas. Well, very short gain on the play.
Evergreen coming right out of the blocks, doing what was successful for him in the first half, and that's that quick out pattern. I even think a Tiger got a paw on that. Deflected a little bit, but receiver still with good concentration hauled it in, but no gain. So we'll see if the Tiger defense made adjustments at halftime to negate some of this passing attack that was so successful.
Evergreen with 2 wideouts to the left. In trouble in the backfield and smoked under there. And now there's a fumble. Tigers signal they've got it. Wait for the unpile here. No, it's going to be Evergreen's football, but another loss on the play. Well, the power and the strength of the Liberty Center Tigers offensive and defensive lines perhaps starting to show through. Tigers forcing another minus yardage play.
Yep, you like to see them scrapping for that ball. That's what done unto you, you do back at them harder.
Yep. Evergreen now with a 3rd and a long 12 at their own, about their own 25 approximately. Back to throw, throws it way up there, and caught. He's going down the sidelines at the 30, the 20, the 10. Oh my, Jim. Evergreen explodes here in the 3rd quarter. The big play. Liberty Center's forte for several years now appears to have done Liberty Center in there. A 72-yard touchdown pass.
Oh, yeah, that was a pretty play if you're a Viking fan, but it hurt so bad for the Tigers. Jeremy Babcock had good position over there and clear on the other sideline a long ways away from us and was kind of scrapping for the ball, but Evergreen prevailed, and a quick score that puts the Vikings up 2 touchdowns.
Here's the snap, a little high. Set down and blocked. Well, if there is any one small straw to grasp, it's the fact they blocked it. The Evergreen lead now only 13. However, Liberty Center has to figure out the puzzle, how to solve this Evergreen defense. If it isn't one thing, Jim, it's another. So far, the Tigers have shot themselves in the foot all night.
Yep, a fumble or a penalty or whatever you have, Vikings seem to be able to turn things into points. Each possession now for the Tigers is important. They have to establish momentum. They have to be able to pop the big play, which was so apparent in the Tigers' previous couple seasons. But a lot of football to be played, and we just got to get those Tigers rolling.
Liberty with their all-hands team in there. They've got number 22, Nate Bear, number 55, Zach Gramling, also number 10, Scott Overmeyer, 59, Jesse Miller. A little bit of beef up front in 65, Kyle Leatherman. Also number 33, Dustin Salmi. Here's the kick. Wobbles end over end, scoots out of bounds. There's a break for Liberty Center. And now there's a late flag on the play. That appeared to maybe be a late hit, may go against Evergreen. Tigers could come out of this smelling like a rose. However tainted it might be at this point with Liberty down by the score of 20-7. No, the late flag was just for the, all that was for was just the out of bounds kick, not for the late hit.
Well, no, he is. He's marking her off there.
Well, they've got to mark it back.
Well, wonderful field position for the Tigers in their second drive, and they looked strong coming out in their first possession and took her down there and was stripped of the ball. So they're going to kick it over, and Tigers will have a good field position here. But it's critical that the Tigers come out and show some strength this second half, because the Vikings have shown what they can do with the ball when they get it. They're fumbling around back there. Number 30 picks it up.
Yeah, Cordes with the return. He'll get up to about the 40-yard line. Now we'll call it the 45. Liberty Center will take over. Good field position. 7:44 remaining here in quarter number 3. It's Evergreen 20, Liberty Center 7. And yes, I didn't stutter if you're just tuning in. Liberty finds themselves down by 3 touchdowns to 1. Tigers coming out. They've got Collins and Troy Westoven in the backfield. Cordes, the wing on the left side, 2 tight ends. Here is the give to Westoven. Westoven with some running room. He bores his way forward. Gain of about 8 on the play. Troy running very, very hard behind the blocking. Picks up 8 big ones for Liberty Center. Well, we'll call it 7. We'll call it 2nd down and 3. Ball on the 48-yard line of Evergreen. Tigers again, Jim, showing some signs of life on that offensive line, following blocks by Spangler and Box over there. Here is the give to Silvas around the right. He breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage, and he appears to have first down yardage, gain of about 4 around that right side. Tigers just keep pouring right at Evergreen, punishing them. You know, it's such little things within the big scheme of things here. Liberty Center ran that great play action call, but the ball was just out of the reach. And then Evergreen, when they got the football back, Liberty stuffed them twice for losses, and then they hit the 72-yard bomb. So it's so close, Jim.
Yep.
This score could easily be Liberty Center up by 2 touchdowns, but not to be. Here is the give straight ahead to Collins on a quick hitter. Nice call there. Very positive yardage. We're going to call that a gain of about, wait for the spot. Yeah, we're going to call it about a 6-yard gain.
Yeah, I like the Tigers this second half. They've played very well except for 2 plays. One was when they got beat on the big pass that put up 6 points for Evergreen, and the other was when we fumbled it. But otherwise, this is a different Tiger team here the second half, Spike.
Yeah, 2 tight ends, Cordes wing right. Here is the give to Westoven. Not much running room there. Picks up a couple of yards maybe off that right side. Evergreen doing a good job of bottling things up.
Oh, Evergreen is giving ground grudgingly, and they know that's what they have to do. It's easy to check that scoreboard and feel kind of good about it. And they've got the Tigers a long ways away from their goal line, so, you know, they think everything's perking real fine. But I believe the Tigers will come up with a big play.
Well, they've got 2 downs to do it. I don't think we'll see a punt out of Liberty Center in this series. Tigers with the wing to the left outside the tight end. Here is the give to Collins. Collins breaks a tackle, spins very close to first down yardage. I believe that's enough for a first down.
No. Yeah, they're going to move the sticks. Maybe. Yep.
Yeah, first down yardage for Liberty Center.
Oh, that's so key to get a little momentum, to move those sticks.
Yep. Well, you know, we've already lost half of this third quarter already. There's only 5:20 left to go. And down by a couple of scores, you know, I think it's, I'd say it's imperative Liberty can take it all the way in here. You don't want to get into the fourth quarter down by a couple scores. That really puts the pressure on. Tigers now with the wing right outside the tight end. Here is the give to Westoven. He makes a nice move to break 1 tackle, but nothing much out there. And Evergreen's pursuit hems him in. And it'll be no gain on the play, perhaps even a half a yard loss. Bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I don't know if we've seen very much of that play. There didn't appear to be much blocking on that side. Maybe they try to get the defense moving the other direction and let the back do what he can there. Yeah, Spike, I would like to see the Tigers use some clock even, but got to have a score. Just move it down there, run it down their throats, and keep the ball away from the Viking offense.
Collins and Westoven in the backfield. Cordes over on the wing right. Here is the give to Collins straight ahead. Not much there, maybe a couple. It seems now that Collins, Westoven, and Silvas are kind of trading off here in that Tiger backfield. Tigers now perhaps going to look at the pass. McClure checking into the game for Liberty Center, and out comes Ryan Strayer, one of the tight ends. Tigers coming to the line of scrimmage. We've got Cordes split out wide to the left. Spangler tight end on the left, and McClure wide out to the right. Shaddy back to throw. Pressured, now lobs it out there. Overthrown over Spangler. Some late pushes out there by Evergreen. Ball just over the outstretched arms of the tight end. Well, you know, Shaddy had to kind of pinpoint it in there because there was good coverage on the tight end, Spangler.
Yeah, and Vikings had a good pass rush coming, so he couldn't stand back there and take all day. But 4th down and 9 yards to go.
Evergreen fans finally starting to wake up themselves for the first time tonight, giving their boys some support. Here's play action, setting up the screen. It's naked over there and falls incomplete. Again, the great pass rush by Evergreen. Shaddy had no time to set and throw. Very difficult play the way it was, as he had to throw back across the grain.
Yeah.
However, if it works, who knows how far he could have gone, but that another opportunity slips away from Liberty Center. 3:37 remaining here in the third quarter. Evergreen leads Liberty Center 20-7. Evergreen shows two wideouts to their offensive right side. Here is the give the other way to McIntosh. McIntosh has some running room down the sideline. Dips and dukes, maneuvers down inside the 30 to the 25-yard line. Great play call by the Evergreen Vikings.
To Todd Moeller's credit, he was open field just going at him every which way, but the Viking runner turned him around twice until the pursuit could finally nail him. But, boy, that back showed some speed, Spike. That guy can pick him up and put him down. So Tigers got to dig in here. They can't afford another score.
Well, they ruled he was out of bounds back at the 33-yard line of Liberty Center. Gain, we're going to call that 52 yards on the play. Everybody looked like they were coming on a roll out right, and the give went back to McIntosh going left. Now here's the quick throw out there to the sideline, and brought down over there by Babcock. Gain of about 5 or 6, we're going to call it 6 on the play. Evergreen with the ball on the 27-yard line of Liberty Center. 3:10 to go here in quarter number 3. And Jim, if Evergreen puts points up on the board now, the Tigers are in deep, deep trouble.
We've seen Tiger defense come up big in the past, especially playoffs the last couple years. So this is time for that senior leadership to manifest itself right here.
Two wideouts to the left, give straight ahead.
Quick hitter right
and that goes nowhere. The Tigers stuffed that up inside. Maybe it'll be about a yard loss on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 5 for Evergreen.
Bulldogging him there.
Schwab with the tackle. Well, Evergreen showing Liberty Center that they're quite capable of the big play. You can stop us, you can stop us, you can stop us. But all of a sudden the big play, and they're right back in business. Actually, it's 3rd down and a long 4. They have to get the ball to the 23 for a 1st down. Here is the deep pitch to McIntosh, and nowhere to go. He's going to lose 5 yards on the play. Cordes, I believe it was Nathan Cordes in there first. Support by Spangler, a couple more Tigers. And boy, Jim, that may have saved the Tigers' bacon.
Yep.
4th and 10.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a good play defensively to see on the film. There was a couple Tigers giving up their bodies there to knock down the interference on that play, and that's what defense is. You do whatever you can to impede the progress, and sometimes that means taking on a whole horde of blockers to let a teammate in there.
Well, the Tigers are far from out of danger, though. Evergreen with that potent passing attack. They got a wide out to the left, one to the right. Here is the drop, and the pass knocked down. Coverage over there by number 4, Shaddy. And the quarterback on that quick roll had to get rid of it. And the Tigers hold on downs. 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining here in quarter number 3. Evergreen 20, Liberty Center 7.
Tigers!
Tigers come to the line of scrimmage. Shaddy under center. Cordes, wing back on the left. Here is the give to the short side to Westhoven. Westhoven running hard. Westhoven with a nice burst of speed from deep out of the backfield. Gain, we're going to call it up near the 40-yard line. Gain of about 7 on the play.
Didn't get the numbers on the blocking leading interference for Westoven, but it was pretty. They were just kind of moving them out of the way, created a seam, and Westoven was running hard.
Well, that's Spangler box and I believe Moeller's side there on the left. Here's the give, the same play to Westoven. Westoven breaks a tackle, bursts through, spins. He's got big yardage. Up near midfield, gain of about, we're going to call it 8 on the play, easily enough for a first down. Ball spotted, I believe it'll be just short of midfield. Liberty in their own territory on about their own 49. Clock running with 29 seconds to, clock stopped. Now after the spot, the officials start the clock, it running with 25 seconds to go. Tigers moving the football. Wing left formation, 2 tight ends, give to Silva straight ahead, and Tigers keeping that defense honest. Jim, it perhaps like we saw in the last series when the Tigers turned the ball over, the offensive line starting to take control of the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
The question is there enough time for Liberty?
Yeah, that's true, and it has to have excellent execution all the way through. If the line does their job, the backs have got to find those seams and keep advancing the ball. Over on the sideline, the coaches have got to call the plays that aren't suspected by Evergreen, because when they start bringing those linebackers up there and putting everybody 4 yards from the line of scrimmage, there's got to be a pass. There just has to be a pass when you have to have it. But Tigers are driving the ball now, but they can't be content with just moving the ball. They've got to put some points up.
Well, that's the end of the third quarter. Evergreen up 20-7. Try to get through our sponsors here, the ones that make it possible for our broadcasts here on NCTV5. We have the Dugout with Steve and Catherine Parasini. They specialize in soft serve ice cream. We have Pisanello's Pizza, Craig and Sherry Myers, and their specialty, their $4.95 pizza and salad bar buffet. We have Speece Trailer Court with Rick Speece, Dave's Auto Service, Dave Perry, and the tank is back. Dave's got his new pump in there. We've also got Dave's Running Shop from Delta. We have Liberty Enterprises with Terry and Mary Lou Bowers, Miller Brothers Trucking, Skip Miller, KK Collision with Kyle Kern, Swanton Welding with Norm Zeider, and the Henry County Bank. Tigers coming to the line of scrimmage, 2nd down and 7 here in the 4th and final quarter. 2 tight ends set. Here is the give to the first back through. It's a burst. He's at the 20 and down. Jim, a quick hitter and about a 25-yard burst.
Who was that? Was that Westoven?
Troy Westoven really taking over here in this second half, running very, very hard. The Tigers looking for such a runner, and he may have found himself a spot. Tigers pick up 22, we're not sure here on the spot. We've got Cordes, wing over on the left side, still the 2 tight ends. Here's the give again to Westoven.
Just an arm tackle as he was going
through that's there. Right, Jim. The holes are starting to open up, and the Tigers knocking on the door.
Yeah, I think Evergreen's just doing all they can to contain and prevent the big play, but the ball's down there on the 17-yard line, and the Tigers have got a full head of steam here, but they can't make any mistakes, and they've got to hang a touchdown up.
Yeah, they trail by 13. They can ill afford another mistake. 2 tight end set. Cordes wing back on the left. Here's the pitch to the short side to Westoven. He breaks a couple of tackles, bores his way through there. Gain of about 4, maybe 5 on the play. That's going to bring up 3rd and short yardage. Jim, Liberty Center with a golden opportunity now.
Yep. Yeah, I love the way the Westoven runs that football. He gets a full head of steam up, and anybody that's going to tackle him is going to earn it, because 2 yards deep into the line of scrimmage, coming from his deep back position there, he's really rolling. So Tigers banging on the door.
Tigers have been pounding the ball up the middle. We'll see if they continue to go there or maybe go outside. Here is the pitch to Westoven. They're running the hot hand. He's hit at the line of scrimmage, spins. He's close to first down yardage, but from here it appears maybe a short yard, a half a yard short. Yep, we're going to call it about a foot short. Well, Jim, I tell you, with only 10-19 left, the whole season, it already comes down to the wire here in the third game.
Yep. I have to agree, Spike. This is critical. Now, the line of scrimmage has been moving them, so quarterback sneak or whatever, they got to have this first down.
Ball just outside the 10-yard line, half a yard to go, 4th down. The give on the dive, fights forward. That is very close. Tiger signaling first down. From here, it looks like he's got it. The official setting up just inside the 10, which should be good for the first down yardage. Yep, first down signal. Boy, Jim, there's a big one.
Yeah, they didn't get it by much, but to the Tigers' credit, even though they've run several plays in a row, they are moving back that defensive front of the Vikings and squeezed a first down in. With the clock moving, they've got to score.
Tigers really need a big play here on first down because they've got about 9 3/4 yards to go for the touchdown. Here's the give to Westhoven again, and he's in for the touchdown! Yeah, baby, they needed that one! Whoa, Jim,
yeah.
Boy, they found the hot hand there.
Yeah.
Another give to Troy Westhoven, and he ran the 10 yards in for the score.
Yeah, and that was a short side of the field, so there wasn't much room there, so there had to be some blocking from that left side over there of the Tigers. So Tigers said, we're not done yet. With 9.5 minutes to go, they're 1 touchdown down. And talking extra points, if they can make their extra points, they're got a lot of good things happening now, but they've got to have a stop on defense when they have to kick off.
Well, big one here, Shaddy. Holds. Kick is up, I don't know. No, floats off to the left. It was starting to sail. And Jim, that throws it right back into a quandary because now it's that 7-point margin.
Yeah.
Both teams failing on their conversion. Boy, that was huge either way you look at it. Boy, if Evergreen makes theirs, then the Tigers trail by 8. However, that's all in the past. Now we have to look at these last 9.5 minutes.
Oh, yeah, and Evergreen's going to want first downs and ball control, but their game is passing, so who knows what we'll see. But there's a lot of football to be played. This is big in this third game of the season for the Tigers. They just got to come up with a way to do it.
Well, now we're going to see just how much this game has taken out of Evergreen. The Liberty Center seems to have dominated so far in this second half. Just those 2 big plays of this game for Evergreen, the kickoff return and then the 72-yard bomb, is the only thing putting Evergreen in the lead. Spangler setting the kick. Well, Jim, every play now is huge. We can't pick on one player, one series.
Yep.
Line drive, end over end kick. Rolls all the way inside the 10, all the way down to the 6-yard line. Evergreen thought that, no, Liberty Center recovers. That thing was untouched. What a recovery, Jim. I don't believe it.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, did Evergreen shoot themselves in the foot there.
Oh, yeah, that was you take it, I got it, and everybody worrying about the coverage coming downfield, and they let that ball dribble right between them, rolled all the way to the 7-yard line. Tigers alertly down there, pounced on that ball and figured out, well, we're going to recover it and let the officials sort this out. So this is a golden opportunity. With 9 minutes and a half in the fourth quarter, Tigers have the ball.
I think it was Matt McClure on the recovery. Huge break for the Tigers. Wing left set, 2 tight ends. Gives straight ahead. And still on his feet, down inside the 3. Still going forward. Signal, waiting for the signal here. We're not sure, nothing from the officials, but he's close to the goal line. Now it's second down.
What was that play?
Jim, it was a straight ahead dive. And he was stood up and he kept driving. The Tigers kept pushing.
Yeah.
And now the Tigers are only about a foot away from tying the score. 9:02 to go here, quarter number 4. Tigers with the 2 tight end look. Wing left. Here is the pitch to Westhoven, and he's in for the touchdown! He's in for the touchdown! It's another Tiger score! They're within a point, Jim!
Yeah.
20-19, 8:50 to go!
Oh, what a ball game. You know, for sheer drama and excitement, This is about as good as it gets at this point in the season. The third game of the season, it looked like the Tigers were down, but they came out in the second half and changed their whole way of doing things and really kind of dominated outside of a couple big plays that happened against them. But, they got a turnover, and did they capitalize on it? So, as you say, Tigers right in it, but this is a key extra point try, Spike.
Jim, they're lining up to go for two. Boy, they are rolling the dice here. What a gutsy call. There's the pitch to Westoven. Cuts it inside. I don't know if he made it in or not. Evergreen held him out. Well, Jim, I'll tell you what, I'm going to defend that call because the way the extra point kicks have been going, you can't really hang your hat on that either.
Yeah, and Tigers been getting a lot of yards going over the left side with Westoven on that deep pitch. So why not give it a try? And he came up within a whisker doing it. But no doubt, Tigers have momentum, and we'll see if they can get that ball back.
Well, that also sends a message to the defense saying here, we trust you guys to put the brakes on, and we trust our offense to score. The Evergreen band playing Final Countdown, and no doubt it is. What a football game here. Rocking and rolling, big plays full of excitement. Catch the rest of those sponsors quick. We've got Davis Farm Services with Karen Davis. B.A. Miller and Sons Trucking with Norma Miller. The Mid-Am Bank and Liberty Center. The Holgate Metal Fab with Jeff Spangler. L.R. Babcock Plumbing and Heating with Danny Brown and Bill Tiplady. Now for some of our parents, we've got Rick Rhonda and Brittany Miller. We've got Bob and Julie Shaddy. We've got the Grand Exalted Order of the Porch Coaches. All right, the kickoff set. Line drive kick bounds around again. That same mistake won't be made again. Takes it on the 20. And finally breaks a couple of tackles, stays on his feet. Finally pulled down up across the 25 on the 27. Good coverage by Liberty Center. Tigers really rolling the dice, trying to do everything they can to set up a turnover with that line drive bounding kick. Now we've got Bill and Deb Wesche. We also have Tom and Cindy Overmeyer, Mike and Diane Keller, John and Deb McClure, Rex and Kay Lindgren, Bob and Ruth Ann Cordes, Dave and Deb Silvas, and Dave and Nanette Schwab for their son Matt. Here we go. Evergreen with the ball on their 27-yard line, 1st and 10, 8:40 to go. Back to throw. Here's pressure. He throws it out in the flats, breaks a tackle, stays on his feet. Gain of about 6 on the play, and that should be. Well, Jim, it appeared it was thrown at the point of the tackle, and that might go against the defense. It was coming from. No, now they're signaling a clip against Evergreen. Boy, Jim, that is huge. You know, the official, I don't know, what do you call him, the back judge, the guy that was back behind the defense, threw it at the point of the tackle. So you got to assume that was where it was.
Yeah, I think Todd Moeller was out there coverage for that pass after the initial play. And Evergreen in their exuberance to clear a pass for that, or clear a path for their receiver there, blocked Todd Moeller in the back.
That sounds to me like Sally by the seashore thing.
Yeah. You take it, I got it.
Okay, here we go, 1st and 20. Evergreen marching backwards. Tigers now just have to defend against the big play. Certain to put on a big rush. 3-step drop. He fakes, now throws deep on a hitch. And there's going to be a pass interference call against Liberty Center. Never mind the fact that that ball was totally uncatchable. It was at least 15 yards over the receiver's head. But there was the bump, and at this point it certainly looks like it'll go against Liberty. You know, and that's too bad too, Jim, because Liberty may have bit on the hitch only slightly, but there's no way as far as he led that pass that was catchable for a first down.
I don't know exactly how the rule reads, but Nick Parasini kind of got turned around there, and official right there to say, nope, you can't do that. Here's a flag, and we're going to move the sticks and give you a fresh, well, it'll be first down with about 5 yards to go. 8 minutes and 10 seconds of pressure-packed football. Yeah, it's a fresh set of downs altogether. It's a 1st and 10 for the Vikings.
Actually, I'd rather have a 1st and 10 as to have them 1st and 5.
Yeah, we know they're going to pass. They like to do
now they got 2 wide out, spread wide to the right. Here's the fake. Give to McIntosh on that same play that went for 53 yards, and that goes nowhere.
Yeah.
They ate his hind end up.
Yeah, good defense there. Two guys converged on him, 2 Tigers, and they put him to the ground and in no uncertain terms.
Well, you know, Liberty went with Westhoven a lot around that left side, and they stopped him on the 2-point conversion, but likewise, -3. We got 7:30 to go. Liberty Center needs the football. Evergreen has a 2nd and 12 on their own 30-yard line. Back to throw, quick drop, has a man wide open, incomplete. We'll grab him. With that incomplete pass, Jim, we've got 7:21 to go.
Yep. You know, that Viking receiver run a nice pattern there, and even though there was traffic, really was in the clear, and the ball zipped right through his hands. So Viking quarterback delivered it, should have been caught.
Well, he had to go up in the air. It was a tough catch. This is a huge play for the Tiger defense. Show blitz, and now they drop off. Evergreen with the wide out to either side. He fakes it. Now they're going to run that hitch again down the sideline. It is just out of his reach.
Oh. Woo.
Jim, a huge play there. Evergreen went with the big bomb, but just out of the reach of Lenke. It's 4th down and 13. Back in punt formation is Evergreen. Back for Liberty Center, Parasini. Short line drive. Parasini with a great catch down there at about the 30, circling around, waiting for a block by Westhoven. Now tries to get outside, breaks a tackle from 42, stays in the sidelines, still on his feet, and up near midfield. A great return for Liberty, but there is a flag on the play at midfield. We're not sure what that is. I would assume it would be some kind of an illegal block on Liberty Center, but at this point, Tigers do have the football after that great play by Parasini.
Oh, yeah, he kept the ball alive, dancing along the sidelines and was getting yards, and, yeah, they signal a clip against the Tigers. So that's going to move them backwards, but with just exactly 7 minutes and 1 second to play, the Tigers down 1 point are going to start with relatively good field position, and they just need to execute a good drive. They've got time, they just can't make mistakes. But Tigers have been a different team this second half and needed to be. But Evergreen Vikings came to town, or rather invited the Tigers to town, and were quite capable of giving us a whale of a game, Spike.
Okay, this is it. Tigers come out with that standard set. 2 tight ends. Here is the give straight ahead. I believe that Silvas, not straight ahead. It was around this right side. Good piece of faking there by the Tiger backfield. Clock stops for the movement of the change. It's a Tiger 1st down. They've got back almost everything they lost on the penalty. Shaddy goes to the sideline to get a call from the coach.
Yep. Moves the sticks, which is ever increasing.
Ball now is up just short of the 40. We're going to call it the 38-yard line.
Timeout by Evergreen.
Downs, but it's Evergreen winning the battle of the point after.
Yeah, and Evergreen, as quick as they can put a point up there with their passing attack, as long as there's any clock left, there's just football to be played. This is exciting high school football. Tigers are learning a lot here, and should they prevail, There'll be some things that they'll work on, and they won't take anything for granted the rest of the season, Spike. I mean, we've been bragging on the Tiger line, and the Vikings found a way to kind of neutralize that, at least until the second half when the Tigers came out roaring to accomplish and execute, and they have.
Well, one way about it, one way or another, people are going to have to believe in Evergreen now. They're coming out and played some great football. Tigers come up to the line of scrimmage. Here is the give straight ahead. I believe that time to Westhoven. No, excuse me, Silvas. Gain of about 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Tigers getting positive yardage. Yeah, it's going to come down, Jim, with Evergreen's endurance. Are they going to be able to withstand this constant Tiger pounding that they've sustained the whole game? Tigers just got to keep going right at them. If that offensive line can keep up their fine work in this second half.
Look how tight the secondary is.
Give straight ahead to Silvas.
I want to point out how tight the Viking secondary is to the line of scrimmage. There essentially is nobody back, so they're just crowding up there, selling out to stop the run. And, boy, it'd just be a good time if we had a pass play, even a disguised pass like it wasn't obvious we were going to pass, just to pop that ball off, and the guy would be running for a touchdown, no question.
Well, but, you know, it still has to click, and we haven't clicked so far. Now they give to Westhoven around that left side. He battles forward, spins.
First down.
Finally knocked down, but not after a gain of 4 yards. More well than enough for the first down. 1st and 10, just short of midfield.
Yeah.
5:25 to go.
Really, that clock is as much our ally as anything, because we need to score. We're behind a point, but we don't want a lot of time left should we do cross that goal line.
Well, that's true with Evergreen's big play capability. We're 51 yards away from pay dirt. A long way to go. Cordes, the wing on the left side, 2 tight ends set. Here is the give to Westhoven wide, still on his feet. He's got a couple of yards, but finally threw on out of bounds. You know, Evergreen pursues well. They've got some quick kids on that inside.
I'm very impressed with Evergreen. I think they're a complete football team this year. In years past, sometimes they've been lacking in certain positions, but boy, they're just a scrappy bunch, and they seem to execute quite well. They've got a real good quarterback and some receivers that can go up and get that pass, and their defense knows what they want to do. And even if they don't have the strength man for man, they're able to contain and just play a good ball game here, these Evergreen guys.
2nd down and 9. Liberty to the line of scrimmage. Here is the give, I believe. Westhoven over there. He breaks the tackle, still on his feet. Bounding down across the Silvas, across the 40, yep, down to the 36-yard line.
Brett Silvas. Brett scored 6 touchdowns last week, and he's getting yards this week. Just a good running play, and takes an awful lot of people to bring that guy down.
Well, the Tigers keep changing their people in the backfield. We've got Silvas on the left, Westhoven on the right, 2 tight ends set, Cordes wing on the left. Here is the give to Silvas. Yep, he pounds forward off his right side for a yard gain on the play. Liberty Center now with a 2nd down and 8. Ball resting on the 34-yard line. Well, no, on the 35. 4:12 to go here in quarter number 4. Evergreen hanging on by that slimmest of margins, 20-19. Westhoven on the right, Silvas on the left. Here is the give to Silvas. Well, a little extracurricular there after the play. The whistle was dead. I don't believe there will be a call, but...
that was a long time after the whistle.
Yes.
Blew.
They're going to give him his forward progress. down to the 32 of Evergreen. 3rd down and 6 for Liberty Center. Clock running, 3:25 to go in the football game. Yeah. Just back for a minute. Yep. Well, you're talking, we got 11 men up in the box to stop that run. Here is the give to Silvis, and he's popped. He gets across the 30, maybe to the 29, but it's 4th down, Jim, and we've got almost 4 yards to go. Well, we're going to call it 4th and a long 3. Timeout down on the field.
Yeah, they're all up on the line.
Timeout down on the field, 2:56 to go. Evergreen leads at 20-19, and the game and perhaps the entire season lays right here
on this play, Spike. I mean, this is as big as it gets. Evergreen seems to feel that there's no way the Liberty Tigers want to pass the football. I mean, we've watched play after play, especially this last quarter, where they cheat those defensive secondary up to they almost have an 11-man line. At least they have all 11 in what you would call the box to commit to stop the run. So I don't know if we had a tight end play, if he could pop through there and quarterback could hand him the ball. I don't know, but here it is. This is it.
Yeah, they had all 11 up there last time. Yeah, last play might have been a good place. However, that's beside the point now. 4th and a tough 3.5 yards for Liberty Center. 2 tight end set, Curtis Wing on the left. Here's the deep pitch to Westoven, trying to get outside, hemmed in, and he's short! He's short, Jim!
Yeah.
That may have done it right there for Liberty Center. They trail by a point, and the Evergreen defense has held. Liberty Center took over on about their own 25. They moved the football about 60 yards, about 50 yards upfield. But finally, the Evergreen defense stiffened. They committed everybody to the line of scrimmage, and time may have run out on Liberty Center.
I think there may be a timeout yet for the Tigers, but they've got to get their hands on that ball. They've got to put pressure on and not allow any stick movement. They can't allow a first down by the Vikings. Vikings feeling very jubilant now, but there's 2 minutes and 49 seconds of football.
Yeah, there's still time, but Liberty Center needs a big stop. Evergreen is going to run the football. He went nowhere. McIntosh thrown for about a 3-yard loss.
Timeout signaled by the Tigers. Possibly their last timeout, but we've got a timeout, Spike.
Well, I'm not sure. Liberty Center may have 1 left. Now Evergreen, Jim, you know, they need a first down here would just about knock Liberty out of it, but can they afford to put it up in the air and take the chance on a stopping the clock on an incomplete pass or even a possible turnover?
I believe they'll put it up. They're so comfortable in that flat pass that and this quarterback can deliver the ball with such confidence. That's kind of what put those points on the board for Evergreen was their passing game. So they're as comfortable in that as we are uncomfortable passing. So they need to move the sticks, but the Tigers right now got the clock stopped with 2 minutes and 43 seconds, and if they can keep them from getting that first down, they're going to have another crack at it.
Well, those never say die Tigers are faced with it now. Defense looking to come up with another big play.
We need a turnover. We need an interception.
Evergreen with 2 wide out, split wide to the left. Tigers trying to come through, and that's going to be a penalty against Liberty Center for encroachment.
5 yards on that.
Well, Jim, certainly that hurt, but it wasn't a killer.
No.
Tigers still have 3 downs. They have to stop them.
And that clock is stopped at 2 minutes and 43 seconds.
Yep. Two wide outs to the left, tight end on the right. Here is the fake, rolling out and hemmed in, slammed down. Spangler on the play. Maybe a yard, no. That's going to be a loss of a yard on the play. The Tiger defense is, actually the Tiger team has dominated this whole second half.
Yep.
But Evergreen and gave up 55 yards in territory, but finally stiffened.
Yep.
Now Liberty Center, when they have to, their defense is stiffened.
3rd down and 7 yards.
2 minutes and 5 seconds remaining on the clock. Liberty trails by 1 point, 20-19. Now the ball on the short left side of the field. They've got a wide out over there and a wide out to the right. Stong with the give up the middle to McIntosh. He's got running room, and that's close to a first down. That final burst may have given it to him. Now it all depends on the spot. From here, I would say he might be only inches short, Jim.
Yep.
They're going to call for a measurement.
Yep.
Oh, that is close.
Yeah, that was a good play call by the Viking clan. He started to roll, the quarterback did, like he always does, but he handed the ball off up inside, and Tigers expecting anything but that, and almost is a first down. But they are going to come up short. Looks like the length of a football short, so it's 4th and a foot, Spike, with 1 minute and 46 seconds to go.
Jim, I would say it's even less than a foot. Tigers use another timeout, perhaps their last. Now, Evergreen really faced with it, Jim. What do you do here? You cannot even think about going for it, I don't think, with giving Liberty Center a very short field of only 37 yards.
Yeah. Well, plus if you go for it and you don't make it, they have to turn the ball over, and doesn't the clock stop at the change of possession? So really that would be as good as a timeout for stopping that clock. So yeah. I do believe Evergreen's going to get their foot into it and then hope their defense can play. You know, Liberty's passing attack is just not there. Fans have been crying this, and it's just something that needs to be developed. But we're talking right here, right now. The Tigers need to get their hands on that ball, and then whatever they call, it looks as though they'll probably have maybe a minute and a half to work with it. Now they can try to block this punt. Maybe they'll bring everybody, and the defense could come up big in that regard, but we're going to see.
Well, they haven't really been too successful in driving the football in the punts, so I'm not sure they may lay back. But as for right now,
he's going to go for it.
Oh, they're rolling the dice. They're going to try to draw Liberty off, Jim. Now they use a timeout.
Yeah. The Tigers showed good discipline there, Spike. That would have been the ball game if they would have not held and went for that hard count.
No question about it. Now what appears to be the punt team comes in for Evergreen. Liberty Center going to take a quick break, going to the sidelines.
Probably to set up a return in a certain way. I mean, you don't know where he's going to punt it, but you want to have a strategy, like if they can come up a sideline or something and maybe get a block and maybe pop one. But look.
Evergreen lining up in punt formation. Parasini back. End over end kick. Parasini comes over. Now the kick slows down and stops, and Liberty Center will take over on their own 34-yard line. Jim, 68 yards. They've got a minute and 37 seconds to go.
You know, there's a quarterback the Tigers have that has been fairly successful passing this season, but we haven't seen him all game, so I don't believe you bring somebody in that cold off the bench. So we're going to stick with the lineup that is the standard for this game.
Tigers coming out in that standard set, tight end on the left, Shaddy under center, back to throw. And there should be an interference call there. Two officials, no call. Definitely bumping there. Ryan Strayer ran a nice route down the sidelines. Obvious bumping, no call right in front of the camera.
Oh, he had his right hand on him, just pushing him, and it just jostled him all over the place, but no flag on that.
Well, 2nd down and 10. Minute and 32 seconds to go. Liberty Center on their last chance now. Evergreen spreading out the defense somewhat. Tigers spread wide to the right. Shaddy back to throw under pressure. Gets off a screen to Cordes, and he's hit right on the spot. Loss of about 7 on the play. No, excuse me. The spot there, loss of only about 4 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down and about 13. Tigers now really facing it. Minute and 2 seconds to go, clock running. They've got a wide out spread to either side. Parasini this side, McClure there. Shaddy back to throw. He's got McClure down the sideline and just overthrown, incomplete. Jim, it still goes back to that terrible call, or lack thereof, on this sideline in front of us, where the interference went undetected. That would have given Liberty great field position. Now they're faced with a 4th down.
That's exactly correct, and I know the film, this TV5 film, is going to very clearly show, hey, if that's not interference, what is? I mean, he didn't tackle him, but he sure jostled him all over the place, and when you're trying for the ball, you can't do that. But this is the play right here that's going to decide what the Tigers are going to be.
Well, should Evergreen hold, what a boost it'll be for their program. Tigers with one last gasp. 4th down and 13 on their own 38. Shaddy back to throw. He's got time. Sets up and fires. The receiver falls down. And for all intents and purposes, this football game is over. Evergreen breaking a 12-year drought to Liberty Center. They lead it 20-19. They've got the football and only 45 seconds left on the clock. And I suppose in the eyes of some, how fitting, Evergreen playing the Liberty Center fight song. Stong with the football. He'll take a couple step drop and go to a knee. And now it's just a matter of getting the rest of the clock run out. Evergreen somehow, Jim, staved off Liberty Center's dominating offensive line.
Yeah. Well, Evergreen played a wonderful game, Spike. I mean, they didn't make any mistakes, and they had the big play when they needed it. They're a good football team, and boy, are they inspired now. I mean, they just can't wait to play more football. Tigers made a valiant effort, but it was a little late, and not enough of it. Too many mistakes in the first half.
And that's it. Clock running down. 7, 6, 5, 4. The Evergreen Viking fans and football team swarm the field. They go to 3-0. Liberty Center drops to 2-1. The Tigers at home this week. They entertain the Patrick Henry Patriots in Liberty Center's homecoming game. It's short, Jim. They're going to call for a measurement. All that is close.
Good play call by the Viking clan. He started to roll, the quarterback did, like he always does, but he handed the ball off up inside, and Tigers expecting anything but that, and almost is a first down. But they are going to come up short. Looks like the length of a football short. So it's 4th and a foot, Spike, with 1 minute and 46 seconds to go.
Jim, I would say it's even less than a foot. Tigers use another timeout, perhaps their last. Now, Evergreen really faced with it, Jim. What do you do here? If you cannot even think about going for it, I don't think, with giving Liberty Center a very short field of only 37 yards.
Yeah. Well, plus if you go for it and you don't make it, they have to turn the ball over, and doesn't the clock stop at the change of possession? So really that would be as good as a timeout for stopping that clock. So yeah. I do believe Evergreen's going to get their foot into it and then hope their defense can play. You know, Liberty's passing attack is just not there. Fans have been crying this, and it's just something that needs to be developed. But we're talking right here, right now. The Tigers need to get their hands on that ball, and then whatever they call, it looks as though they'll probably have maybe a minute and a half to work with it. Now they can try to block this punt. Maybe they'll bring everybody, and the defense could come up big in that regard, but we're going to see.
Well, they haven't really been too successful in driving the football in the punts, so I'm not sure they may lay back. But as for right now,
he's going to go for it.
Oh, they're rolling the dice. They're going to try to draw Liberty off, Jim. Now they use a timeout.
Yeah. The Tigers showed good discipline there, Spike. That would have been the ball game if they would have not held and went for that hard count.
No question about it. Now what appears to be the punt team comes in for Evergreen. Liberty Center going to take a quick break, going to the sidelines.
Probably to set up a return in a certain way. I mean, you don't know where he's going to punt it, but you want to have a strategy, like if they can come up a sideline or something and maybe get a block and maybe pop one. But look.
Evergreen lining up in punt formation. Parasini back. End over end kick. Parasini comes over. Now the kick slows down and stops, and Liberty Center will take over on their own 34-yard line. Jim, 68 yards. They've got a minute and 37 seconds to go.
You know, there's a quarterback the Tigers have that has been fairly successful passing this season, but we haven't seen him all game, so I don't believe you bring somebody in that cold off the bench. So we're going to stick with the lineup that is the standard for this game.
Tigers coming out in that standard set, tight end on the left, Shaddy under center, back to throw, and there should be an interference call there. Two officials, no call, definitely bumping there. Ryan Strayer ran a nice route down the sidelines. Obvious bumping, no call right in front of the camera.
Oh, he had his right hand on him, just pushing him, and it just jostled him all over the place, but no flag on that.
Well, second down and 10. Minute and 32 seconds to go. Liberty Center on their last chance now. Evergreen spreading out the defense somewhat. Tigers spread wide to the right. Shaddy back to throw under pressure. Gets off a screen to Cordes, and he's hit right on the spot. Loss of about 7 on the play. No, excuse me. The spot there, loss of only about 4 on the play. It'll bring up third down and about 13.